more on this story. Joining us live from Belfast is Brendan Ciaran Browne. He's an Associate Professor of Conflict Resolution and Reconciliation at Trinity College and Quds College. Brendan, thank you so much for being with us here on TRT World. Firstly, we've just been hearing from our correspondent Mohammed Al-Qasem about the vote being pushed back, the pushback that Netanyahu is getting domestically from the far-right factions. How shaky is this deal? Could the pushback that Netanyahu is getting domestically have any threat to the deal getting across the line? And how can we be sure that this will be an end to hostilities?
Well, thanks very much, as always, for having me on. It's now 16 months on since I was first with you guys talking about this catastrophic situation that was unfolding and the genocide starting on the people of Gaza. I mean, this is very nerve-wracking times. I mean, this is definitely in the balance. I mean, Netanyahu's government is propped up by very extreme right-wing demagogues who want us to, who are not in favor of this deal, who want to resettle Gaza, who want to expand the settler colonial project, who want to take more and more Palestinian land, and to be honest, quite frankly, care less about anything to do with hostages being returned. I mean, they've demonstrated that consistently over the past 15 months. So yes, this is very, very fragile. You can see that also in the structure of the deal being, something that will be implemented over 3 different time periods. So, I mean, there is cautious and extremely cautious optimism here. And I mean, let's also be very clear here. Overnight, there were 40 Palestinians killed after the announcement of a ceasefire. Just fathom what that must feel like. The idea that you get the news of a ceasefire and then 40 people are killed, that is unimaginable. That is absolutely disgraceful. I mean, for shame on all of us, for shame on the world for getting it to that situation where there's so many people have had to be killed. It's just absolutely disgraceful.
As you say, Brendan, this deal very much still hangs in the balance. As we've seen there, both Biden and Trump taking credit for it. But going forward, obviously, it's going to be Trump who is in the White House. And how much of a role will the states play in making sure that this is implemented? And actually, who will be responsible for making sure it's upheld?
Well, Biden should take credit for this. Biden should take credit for the genocide. Let's be very clear about that. Biden cannot in any way take credit for this deal. Absolutely not. Biden is responsible. The American government is responsible for this genocide. Let's be really clear, because if there wasn't the flow of weapons, if there wasn't the money, if there wasn't the political inoculation, if there wasn't the vetoes at the United Nations, there would be thousands of Palestinians still alive today. So Biden's legacy will be a genocider, and that will go down in history. And people will write history books about Joe Biden being responsible for the genocide of the population in Gaza. So we make absolutely no qualms in saying that, and we should be very clear about our language in that. Nobody knows what Trump's going to do. Trump is a loose cannon. He's always been a loose cannon. So it remains to be seen. I mean, anybody wants to make predictions about what Donald Trump will do in the next 4 years would be a braver man than I, put it that way. I mean, during the last Trump presidency, we saw him move the embassy into Jerusalem. We saw him annex the Golan Heights. We saw him expand settlements across the West Bank. We saw oversee, the wanton destruction of Gaza. He didn't do anything to remove the siege on Gaza. So, it doesn't really exactly fill me with too much optimism. Okay, so what is clear is that there is some kind of ceasefire arrangement in place. It is on us. Forget about all these external, guarantors of this arrangement. It is on us, the people, to keep on the streets, to keep demanding that Palestine gets the opportunity to breathe and to be free and to have self-determination and to enjoy all the rights that we take for granted. That is on us, because we don't trust these governments. We don't trust these people. These people have shown us exactly what they are. I mean, this is what the last 15 months have shown us, the absolute sheer hypocrisy of the West, preaching about international law whilst facilitating every flagrant breaches of it. So, make predictions if you will, but I guarantee they'll be wrong.
Brendan Ciaran Browne, Associate Professor of Conflict Resolution and Reconciliation at Trinity College and Quds College. Always wonderful to have you with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.